Hey everyone, and welcome back to Narnia Lore. Today we're going to go over what happened during Narnia's Dark Age. So the disappearance of the four kings and queens at the end of the Golden Age was what ushered in the Dark Age. This age lasted for about 1,300 years until the return of the kings and queens and the crowning of Caspian X as king. But what happened between those two events? Well, as soon as it was known that the kings and queens were gone, thoughts immediately went to Telmarines because of the skirmish roughly a year before with Prince Rapidash. An assault was planned, but without any real leadership, it was brought to a pretty abrupt halt. This began many civil wars rising up throughout Narnia, and this lasted for several hundred years. Enter the Telmarines. The Telmarines were smart enough, and they didn't attack for several centuries, but rather watched and observed the chaos in Narnia. Telmar was still a relatively small country at the time, and they knew that they would be soundly beaten if they attempted a takeover any sooner than they did. Caspian I was the one who led the Telmarine armies into battle against the scattered Narnian forces, and this invasion was so easy that it cost the Telmarines very little, if at all, and only took a few months to accomplish. The Telmarines had received help from the Telmarines, which is where they learned their military tactics. The Narnians tried their best to repel the Telmarine armies, but their scattered remains and diminishing numbers proved to be very little resistance against the well-trained Telmarines. And from this point of the story, everything is status quo until the events of Prince Caspian. There's a lot that we don't know about this era, but it's definitely one of the most intriguing ages in Narnian history. I guess it's pretty straightforward. This is a bit of a shorter video, but like I said, there's really not much else to be said about this age. So leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you all on the next episode of Narnia Lore.